A man would be observed leaning out of a window, throwing a fire round onto the roof of the building. The weapon was photographed before being recovered and determined to be a Glock with a switch.
Oh, no, bro.
Switch pronounced dead. News would break he was a documented gang member. No suspects were in custody. And within 12 hours of his death, his son, Wedema, allegedly got his revenge.
Got his get back.
Of those killed in tears and disbelief.
I ain't going nowhere until they get my baby up off the ground. I ain't going nowhere.
Two people in the restaurant still in there dead. He went in there and shot them two. After he killed them two, he came out and shot my two nephews and killed my two nephews.
These exotic boys, smoke exotic ops. You ain't heard about murder boys, we got exotic glocks. Tied to pull up real fast, with a lot of shots. Bitch, I'm feeling just like Mac, I got a lot of guap.
What up, Mula gang? It's your boy Mac Mula, aka Mr. Mula Mac, and I'm back with another video. Y'all know how we rockin'. Ski, cloud stock, and keep that cushion in my pocket. Listen, man, check it out. What y'all on, homie? Everybody decent and weasel, you know. So make sure y'all smash that thumbs up for the puppy ski. Get in that description. Subscribe to the rest of my channel. Subscribe to this channel for the great. Subscribe to all my channels. The links are in the description, like I said. Sign up for my mentorship because I'm showing niggas how to get rich on Phone Grave. I kind of slacked off a little bit last year, but I'm back. On Phone Grade 2022, nigga. I made so many people. I had so many young niggas making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, gang. And I want to do that times 10 this year. So make sure y'all just tap into my mentorship. You know what I'm saying? Come get that money with your boy. Yeah, everybody always ask me how you get rich, how you get all this money. Nigga, go to the MulaMembership.com. Sign up. I'm gonna teach you. That's how you do it. Very simple. On Phone Grade. Make sure y'all shop my clothing line too, because that's down in the description. On Phone Grade, let's get it bustin'.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EO West.
Nigga, the thumbnail look like that. No Limit nigga.
Y'all rocking with me, and for this video,
nigga from No
we're
Limit.
gonna be speaking on Chicago rapper Wedema, who beat 4 bodies and was just caught with a switch. January 19th, 2000.
Yeah, that's him. 150. You got the 150 chain on. Yeah, he No Limit.
Search warrant at 6 a.m. on an apartment in Chicago's Canaryville neighborhood,
Canaryville,
located on the south side. As agents began to execute the warrant with law enforcement surrounding the building, a man would be observed leaning out of a window, throwing a fire round onto the roof of the building. The weapon was photographed before being recovered and determined to be a Glock with a switch.
Oh, no, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Before we get back into the video, because we finna get right back into it, I gotta tell y'all about the Mula Membership. The Mula Membership is a website that I started a few years ago. Since I started this website, I have been able to put on so many of y'all, and I want you to be the next person to get put on. I'm gonna give you instructional videos, step-by-step instructions. I'm literally giving you lessons out weekly, daily, for you to understand these different categories. We talking about business, financial literacy, credit, crypto, we talking about stocks, we talking about Amazon, we talking about drop shipping, we talking about YouTube. I'm literally giving you the gems to be a boss, the gems to be a successful entrepreneur in 2023. So this is all you have to do. Click the link in the description, sign up right now for the low price of $50 a month, bro. $50 a month. You're gonna get access to a one-on-one help with me. You're gonna get access to my group chats where my experts worldwide work around the clock, 24/7, to make sure you have the best stock and crypto call-outs. That means all you gotta do is buy the same stocks and cryptos that I'm buying and make some of all this bread. Very simple, very easy. On Bro Game, stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Click the first link in the description right now, especially if you want to be a boss. And if you dead serious, man, if you want to put that work in and get that money on, I'm talking about that easy money on, click that link in the description, shorty, right now, because we only got 2,000 spots, and I would hate to see you be missed out. Skate.
Turning the semi-automatic hand.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all need to update them or something, man. Y'all need to update them switches so you can take them off real quick or something. Eat that motherfucker. No, I'm not going like that, Mr. Sir. No, sir, ski. Excuse me, moi. It ain't happening, folks. I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening, nigga. Before I get caught with a switch, I will take that off and swallow that motherfucker, man. They find that in the jail toilet. Don't know where it came from. Y'all tripping, man.
To a machine gun. The man seen throwing the Glock would be none other than 26-year-old Maurice Harris, who's also known as the Chicago rapper Drench,
okay,
aka Wedema. Wedema's notorious reputation went viral
Drench
back in 2017, starting with the murder of his father.
I've heard of them numbers.
March 29th, 2017.
Somebody
it was
killed his
just
daddy.
after 11 in the morning when
79 from what?
37-year-old Jerry Jacobs was walking down a sidewalk in Chicago's South Shore neighborhood.
South Shore, even though it says South Shore, that's the east side. You feel me? So South Shore is kind of like, well, I think it's parts of the South Shore, quote unquote. That's not the east side, but South Shore Drive is like going
When a
like, to the
dark-colored
east
cop
side. You
pulled
feel me?
up and 4 men got out, opening fire. Jacobs was shot in the right side of his body and was able to take himself to the hospital over 4 blocks away.
4 blocks.
Rushed into surgery, Jacobs
That ain't
would
no
remain
good
hospitalized
hospital.
into the night when things took a tragic turn in the early morning. At 3:40 a.m., Jacobs was pronounced dead. News would break he was a documented gang member, no suspects were in custody, and within 12 hours of his death, his son, Wedema, allegedly got his revenge.
Got his get back. And I ain't gonna lie, like, you feel me? That's like some of the most up like you get hit up, you get yourself to the hospital, you check in, they get the you know what I'm saying, your injuries, your shot, whatever the bullets, they sustain your injuries type, you good for a minute, and then in the morning it just don't work out like that and you end up dying. That's like some of the most up to me, cause it's like you probably didn't let your guard down, like, oh, I was happy I made it, thank you God. Then you like, you know what I'm saying? That's up.
Chicago neighborhood.
They say he got his get back 12 hours later. 5 kills.
And outside as well.
At this South Shore restaurant, chaos and carnage.
75th
Relatives of those killed in tears and disbelief.
I ain't going nowhere until they get my baby up off the ground. I ain't going nowhere.
It was 4 p.m. when a man walked into a restaurant and opened fire.
Oh, he wet the
Officers
restaurant
arrived on
up?
scene, finding a dead man in front of the restaurant.
God.
2
Red
inside,
tape, you know what that
and
mean?
another dead man outside slumped against a tree a block away.
I don't know if that's where red tape means somebody got shot, bloody, something crazy happened. 9 times out of 10 somebody died though. Like you'll see a lot of red tape like after they leave in Chicago, at least after they leave you'll see the red tape and there'll still be blood in the ground. You hear me? Red tape still on the ground.
All 4 were shot to death. And come to find out, 2 of the victims were brothers visiting their mother who worked at the restaurant. To listen to the sounds of her 2 boys being gunned down.
That's
Two people in the restaurant still in there dead. He went in there and shot them 2. After he killed them 2, he came out and shot my 2 nephews and killed my 2 nephews. Whoever did it needs to step up and be accountable for their actions and get sent up for it before they get hurt out here on these streets. Cause somebody gonna hurt them.
The brothers were identified as 19-year-old Raheem and 20-year-old Dylan Jackson.
I don't know them.
The 2 other victims
I
were
ain't never seen them
identified as
before.
28-year-old Emmanuel Stokes and 32-year-old Edwin Davis. The broad day
They probably was the
slaughter
brothers.
shook the city, and 5
He
days
that
passed
all day
before
like that?
Chicago police announced an arrest.
And they arrested him for it. How the hell he beat that mother?
Quadruple homicide that occurred on the 2700 block of East 75th Street. 19-year-old Maurice Harris has been charged
He
with
was
4 counts of
19?
first-degree
God.
murder in connection with this incident.
But why my question is, why did he wet them 4 people up though? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, was it he trying to get rid of the witnesses? Was he got like I'm trying to figure out like why he did that. Was all them people supposed to have been involved in his dad dying type? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Cause
His first arrest as an adult, and while I can't go into the specifics into his extensive juvenile history,
yeah,
as we've seen too many times before here in Chicago, he's no stranger to CPD.
yeah.
Wedema was identified by photo lineup by multiple witnesses.
He
at
got
the scene
identified. I
of the
mean,
shooting.
no mask.
He'd be held without bond and remain in the Cook County Jail for the next 3 years.
Oh,
until
no.
July of 2020. A court hearing
It's
would
King
yet
Von,
again shake
all
the
over
city as prosecutors announced the evidence was insufficient to
Insufficient.
meet the burden of proof.
Yeah.
Detectives further investigated, finding the witnesses weren't credible and evidence that Wedema couldn't have been the shooter. So while the families of the victims expected Wedema's demise, all charges against him were dropped
And that
was later freed.
that probably make a nigga feel invincible. Like, I don't even want to know what that feel like, nigga. You go outside, you wet 4 niggas up, then they go, you in jail for 3 years and they drop the charges? Nigga probably out here feeling like, God nigga, like Ghost and Tommy. How you feel like go to town? You?
So the second word came that the man who beat 4 murders now had a switch. The feds quickly
I ain't gonna lie,
began their
the
investigation.
feds gonna pick that one up though.
Days
Don't
after
know.
the search warrant, the feds would highlight 2 music videos by Wet, one titled Death and another titled Murder Man.
Oh man.
In both songs,
It ain't
Wet
looking
recited
good,
lyrics
bro.
about switches and murder. Multiple lyrics would be written into the federal complaint,
Yeah.
although at no time was Wet seen possessing an actual switch,
Right.
just rapping about them. Wet would be charged with possession of a machine gun and
You want
now
that
faces up to
stupid.
10 years in federal prison. With the quadruple murder being Wet's first adult arrest and the fact that he beat all charges, Wet doesn't have much of a criminal history and luckily wasn't a felon, dodging another federal offense.
Yeah.
Given
So he
his
wasn't no
weak
felon
criminal
because he never
history,
got locked. He never got.
Wet can expect
Char-
anywhere
I mean-
from 3 to 5 years
Yeah.
with a guilty plea.
Yeah.
Now, Wet
That's probably more realistic. 3 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a year and a half, good time. You feel me? A little time served and that's some. You know, because like you said, he ain't no felon. You feel me? Because he ended up beating that charge, so that don't count. He's not a convicted felon. He did not get convicted of no felony. Like, you get what I'm saying? And he probably, them juvenile charges either probably got what's the called, expunged, or it was some little stupid.
is going to prison. When you get a Fed case, it's pretty much
Yeah, you going to prison.
sealed. And I mean, law enforcement literally watched him lean out of a window
Yeah,
and throw a
it's
Glock
bad.
up onto the roof. Then they went on the roof, found the Glock with a switch.
It's not looking good.
It's like said and done at that point.
Yeah, it's not
It's
looking
just
good.
going to be a matter of how much time he gets. He
Yeah.
can get up to 10 years. But looking into similar cases for first-time offenders or people that don't really have a criminal record like that, you got motherfuckers getting caught with switches that are getting 6 years, 5 years,
Yeah,
a
that's
little over 2.5. So he could get, my estimate, somewhere between 3 to 5. But he's definitely going to go to prison.
Yeah, he going to
Fed case.
Fed, yeah, he
now
going to
Wet was
He going to
given
jail,
a
bro.
chance at life. He got picked up on 4 murders. Whether or not he had anything to do with it,
don't even matter.
people that didn't like him were at the scene,
Yeah.
watched 4 people get smacked,
Yeah.
and then said, hey, we saw him do it.
Yeah.
We know it was him. We saw it was him. And detectives later found out that they weren't credible witnesses. They were just most likely
Ops.
telling on
Or-
that op
yeah.
who was wet him up.
Right.
Whose father had just got killed.
Right.
So they are the ones that most likely gave the narrative to the investigators.
Yeah.
Yo, his dad just got shot.
Yeah.
He must have just slid for revenge.
Yeah.
We saw him at the scene. And it took over 3 years for him to beat that case. Which sounds like a lawsuit in itself, because if you put me at the scene and got me charged with 4 murders because you said I was there and then it was proven I wasn't.
Oh, it was
and I
proven
just
he
had to
wasn't
do
even
over
there?
3 years in jail. How is that not a lawsuit? But push come to shove, he got freed. He hit the streets. He started dropping music videos. He's talking about switches, ops, this and that. He's back in the bullshit. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah, he
really
came
seem like
out
he's
after-
taking
yeah.
second chance at
You
life.
talking about?
For what it is, it seems he's more so taking it for granted.
Yeah.
And getting caught with that switch is gonna hopefully smarten him up, because he's gonna go to a federal prison. He's not gonna be in Cook County. He's gonna be around people that might be a little bit wiser,
Yeah.
and we'll see what comes from it.
That's the only good thing about getting caught with a switch. At least you will probably get fed time. I don't know if y'all know, boy, but shit. 2 years in the motherfucking county, 2 years in the feds. I'll take feds. You talking about? I mean, I'll take neither. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it up. But the feds is like more like the smart guys, you know, the niggas who was money laundering and, you know what I'm saying, scamming and $200 million scammers like that, like, or like big ass crazy drug rings and it ain't the stupid nigga that got caught with the 8-ball on the block. It ain't the nigga that got caught with crack 6-7 times in a row where he doing 7 years upstate. Like, you feel me? You in the feds, like, so and it's a lot more lenient, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot more privileges from what I hear. I ain't never been to prison, so don't quote me. But, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot more privileges. It's just a lot cooler environment. The state is more like rah, nigga, you might die not tonight type like that. But yeah, that's the only good thing about
Y'all
getting
gotta
caught with a
stop
switch.
playing with them switches. Because
Better
had he had
stop
a regular
playing.
gun case,
It would have been
he
nothing.
just would have went to Cook County. It wouldn't have been that big of a deal.
It would have been nothing. He would have got out.
He could have got a gun license,
Right.
Since he doesn't have that bad of a criminal history.
Yeah, I don't. Why he didn't do that? Y'all gotta stop doing that, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. You ain't got no felonies on your record, gang. Go get a gun license, bro. Or move to a state where you don't need it. One of the two. That's the only two options I got. You hear me? Why you ain't got no felonies, gang? At least be out here so when you do have to pop a nigga, like you, especially if you in the street still, like, gang, get you a gun license for in Illinois they call it a FOIA card. Like, get you a FOIA card, gang. You know what I'm saying? And out here legally have your pipe and legally pop a nigga, so at least you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? At least that way you can bait a op to blick at you first and then you blick back. You know what I'm saying? And not got you get what I'm saying? Like, do that. That made way better than having the switches. I don't know. Those switches be glitching. Y'all nigga be tweaking. I don't understand it, bro.
You get caught with a switch, no matter who you are, you're gone. You're going to federal prison.
Mm-hmm.
They're not playing about them switches.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
They can't.
Nobody's walking around with machine guns, and that's not even a gun to just have on you. People specifically use that to go do
Kill
with it.
people, yeah.
So it's like you got a lot of motherfuckers that want to switch just so they look the
They
part.
feel
like,
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then you get locked up,
That.
you going to the feds.
Better work that trigger.
You got caught with that.
Better get that
motherfucker.
trigger
Stay
right,
away
boy.
from the switches.
Sometimes you gotta, you know
Let
what
me
I'm
know
saying?
y'all's thoughts and
Sometimes you gotta
comments.
you know what I'm saying? I was just letting you know.
I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. Until next time.
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's definitely that no limit nigga though. I knew as soon as I seen him. Free bro. That's all I can say.